DJ Will here at the NBA store in New York City. From the Dream Team to the Redeem Team, USA Basketball has assembled some of the greatest talent the sport has ever seen. I got a chance to talk with the chairman of USA Basketball, Jerry Colangelo. He was at the store signing copies of his new book, Return of the Gold, and we discussed what it took to get USA Basketball back on top, where the name Redeem Team even came from, and who are the familiar faces you may see on the team in 2012 while they defend the gold in London. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here on center court right now, and we're joined by Mr. Jerry Colangelo, director of USA Basketball. How are you doing today, Mr. Colangelo?
I'm doing great, and it's great to be here in New York City.
Well, it's a pleasure having you here at the store because all of us here are, of course, fans of NBA basketball, and being fans of NBA basketball, USA Basketball was very exciting last summer. The question I have about that USA Basketball team, how hard was it managing all those egos or getting everyone on the same page? Because a lot of them didn't have egos. They checked it all at the door. So how was it getting everyone on that same page to check it at the door?
You know, it was kind of an interesting process. I think a lot of the players felt that in 2004 we really did hit rock bottom in Athens, and I think everyone's pride was hurt by that. And when I met with each individual player one-on-one, we talked about changing the culture. We talked about how people looked at us from around the world as Americans, as athletes, and as basketball people, and how we conducted ourselves back in '04 left a lot to be desired. Not just the losing, both on and off the court, much needed to be done. And once it was explained, they bought into it without a problem, without an issue, and we did ask them to check their egos at the door on the very first day we met together as a group. And the experience was one where we didn't have any issues. They conducted themselves the way we wanted people to conduct themselves. And, you know, they didn't have to be prompted very much because they got it. They're a great bunch of guys. They're leaders. You know, we talk about Kobe and LeBron and Dwayne Wade and all the to a man. They all conducted themselves both on and off the court like you want them to.
How big was it, or just a major part of the team's success, that you did have Carmelo and LeBron and Wade on that 2004 team, and they learned from those mistakes for 2008?
Well, you know, they really had some things to overcome, and so that served as an incentive to them, and they wanted another opportunity, you know, to redeem themselves. And as a matter of fact, our team became known as the Redeem Team. And it was no more than a few days after I had taken the role as director, which is now chairman of the board of USA Basketball, by the way, when I said, look, this is about redemption. And so it seems logical we should be the Redeem Team. And that's how it all started.
So you guys named yourselves the Redeem Team. Obviously, it rhymes with Dream Team. How was it living in the shadows of that Dream Team, being a part of USA Basketball?
Well, I hate to make comparisons, but you know I have great respect for the Dream Team. I was in Barcelona when they won. It was a great group of guys, many of them who were later on in their careers in terms of age. But think about all of the greats of all time who were on that team. So it was very unique. But you know, you look at our team, the Redeem Team. There just happen to be young stars. Yeah. And they're going to be up there, too, when their careers are over. So, you know, they were a blessing in '92. The Redeem Team came back and got back to where we wanted to be in '08. And now we have to get ready this summer for the World Championships and the Olympics in 2012 in London. And most of them are going to be back.
Most of them. So any names that we can throw out there that we have some names locked down as definites for 2012?
Well, last February at the All-Star game in Phoenix, all of those who were participating, I believe there were 8 players on the East and West squads, they all committed to say that they were coming back. Now, free agency might have a little bit of a role. Injuries always have a role, and that's why you need a roster. We have a national team roster of 25 to 27. We'll have a mini camp in July. We'll have another camp in August before we embark for Europe and get ready for Istanbul.